Hello everyone, this is my Module 10 assignment video. Welcome. The Module 8 discussion board on observation, conferences, interviews, etc. has closed, and I will be grading it during the week. Remember that the dBs increase in weight, and this last discussion is worth 10% of your grade. So if you haven't looked at the feedback I've given you up to this point, please look at it. If you haven't been active or weighed in until the last Sunday to post, this would be the discussion board to get on early and often. We will be finishing up the modified discussion board on creating the three-part analytic summary rubric. This was a first-time assignment for me, so if you are a little confused, that's okay. Post a rubric. You can use the template I shared at the bottom of the discussion board. Instructions, you can modify it any way you want. You can add or delete rows and columns, change the point totals to weigh categories differently. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to, I'm not grading you on the quality of your work. I'm grading you just on your participation for this modified rubric. So just throw something up there so we all can comment on it and have a great discussion about what makes a good rubric. The important part of this assignment is to get you to make quality descriptions that are clear and student friendly. Many of you use statements like clearly describes. This is nebulous. You need to give a description of the artifact that reflects exactly what you want. For example, for the graph, shows target mastery is obvious. Correct and incorrect questions are visible. Overall results are listed. So those things are what makes a quality graphic. So you can just look at it and see all those things. I will not be giving feedback to everyone in this discussion board, but what you need to do is to look at the feedback I give throughout the discussion. I'll be adding some pictures of graphs that maybe you can modify, etc., etc. Some of you can add pictures of graphs. You know, this is what a good graph would look like. This is what a good graphic or table or chart would look like. So you all can do those things. We have a lot of leeway here. I would like you to also use the information from Chapuis and Stiggins' chapter on performance assessment and the Andrade article about assessment and creating rubrics. So we will be starting the module on formative assessment, a theme that has been reoccurring throughout this course, mainly because it's such a powerful process. I repeat, it's a process, not a single assessment. So make sure you keep that in mind for your vocabulary and your own words. It's not an assessment. It's a process. It's what you do with the results of that assessment that makes it a process. You have two chapters to read, Chapter 12 in Popham and Chapter 2 in your textbook. I just added one of these in, I didn't have both of them in the original module, so I just added those today, Sunday morning. So you probably got a little notice saying that it changed. So there's two chapters to read in your textbook, Chapuis and Stiggins, and in Popham, Chapter 12, which I have a link for that. So I've also added a short piece, the term paper assignment, a classroom scenario that might bring back some bad memories for you. In this module's discussion board, you should compare Marissa's experience to Emily's by watching the Arter video. Emily is a real person. What she did, what you're going to hear about Emily is actually happened. She made a presentation to a school board, so it's not fake. I mean, it may seem rehearsed, which I'm sure it was, but it is about actual events. And Emily has writing. I have Emily's writing before and after taking this writing course. So make sure you look at those as well. That's below in course materials. As usual, there are some ancillary materials that will help you in our final discussion board, instructionally oriented assessment and good grading practices. This discussion should elicit many emotions and force us to examine some of our long-held beliefs, like giving zeros and docking points for late work and things of that nature. You should upload your final draft of your selective response test to be graded by me. So remember, it's not the post that you made in the revised selective response test. You have to upload your revised test. So you should have one more opportunity to revise it after that discussion board. And you should start working on your three-part analytic summary, which will be due next module. We are approaching the end. There's a good deal of work, but you have gained much knowledge. So I'll talk to you again in 1 week.